Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Sarah and this is
Yvonne.
And today we're going to be doing a little bit different video, and it's going to be more of a get to know us video. So you'll be getting more information on who we are and who the Adventure Squad is. I am originally from Wisconsin, and we actually met playing Call of Duty online. So not your usual initial meeting, but I ended up moving out here to Vancouver, Washington, and that is where we currently reside. Now, most of the time you'll be seeing either me or both of us in our videos, but there is actually a couple more members to the Adventure Squad. And one of them is her kiddo, and we also have 3 cats. So once in a while you might happen to catch one of them on camera, or if we include them in bloopers or things like that, because they do tend to be interested whenever we are filming. So usually they're involved in some manner. It may not necessarily make the video, but they are usually around the table.
So the kiddo and I first had Oreo. I call him Princess Oreo. He's actually Oreo Milkshake. My kiddo named him. We've had him about 6 years. He is a half Maine Coon. The reason we call him Princess is because he's a FOMO child, like fear of missing out. Wherever I am or whatever's going on, he has to be involved, has to be with me, has to be by my side. Before we started filming, he was sitting right here on the ground, put up his paws onto my leg. He's a very large boy, over 25 pounds, pure fluff, hair is everywhere. But yes, he's a lover, loves cuddling, very friendly, very nice, fluffy cat.
And then we have the babies, and they may not look the same or like their brother and sister, but they are. We have Blaze, who is a little troublemaker. He just runs all over the house. He'll chase Oreo, and it's like a stampede through the house. And he just gets in the craziest places in the apartment, and just finds all of the trouble. He just gets into everything and has no regrets.
Yep.
And he is definitely our kiddo's cat, where Oreo is hers, Blaze is our kiddo's, and then we have Estrella May, who is my cat. She is a little baby, and even though she's the same age as her brother Blaze, she's smaller and just completely different than him. She's much more timid. She doesn't like literally anyone. Any person just scares the life out of her. Yes. Stranger danger. Even her dad, who comes over like at least once a month, she is just terrified of him. So she definitely only likes us, and she's definitely my baby. She'll cuddle with me at night and sleep with me all night long, and it's just the cutest thing. But she is definitely my baby out of the 3 of them. And Estrella always has to be able to see us, or me specifically. So even now, while we're filming this video, she is right over there in the window where she can see us and keep us company.
And now my kiddo, her name is Liesel. Got the name from Sound of Music, or my grandfather calls her Weasel, but only my grandfather. She loves to draw, she loves to write, and she loves playing board games with us, as long as each game is only 30 minutes. She will from time to time play a game like Castles of Burgundy with us, but she loves Castles of Burgundy, just does not like the length of how long it takes to play Castles of Burgundy. She loves puzzles, she loves listening to music. She is very funny, very silly kiddo. She's just really fun to be around. We're not planning on showing any pictures of her due to privacy reasons. I know that we've talked about having her be in some of our videos, and when it comes down to it, she's like, I don't know. So we're definitely not pushing that on her. We're leaving that up to her to have her be her choice, if she wants to be part of our video or not, because we do want her to feel included. So might be times where we might share a list of hers, but she might not be present to express it or show it. So a little bit about what we do for from day to day. We both work in the medical world as support class or support positions. So that means we're not on the clinical side, but I would love to go back to school to be a nurse. So someday I'll be on that clinical side. I used to be a CNA for over 9 years, so I do have a lot of that exposure already. And we love to be outdoors. We live in the Pacific Northwest. So we have lots of mountains around us, lots of different trails. We live a couple hours away from the beach. Kiddo loves going to the beach. Any time of the year, she loves to be in the water, regardless of how cold it is outside. She gets very sad when I say, we're not going in the water this trip. And yet somehow she still gets wet.
Yeah, because it's only, 40 degrees out. I can't go in the water.
She has a pretty high tolerance to cold. She's always hot, so the cold doesn't really affect her like us, where we're always cold. And yeah, we also love playing disc golf when we can get out there, if our bodies are cooperating, meaning like shoulder pain, arm pain, leg pain, etc.
So we do have pretty busy schedules between working full-time, getting outside, enjoying, hikes and other things outside, doing puzzles, board games, we play video games. We're always busy with something. It's never like we're just sitting around not doing anything. So how did we get into board games?
I don't know. So it started with, she was talking about coming to visit me and that she loves board games. And I was like, oh, cool, board games. So I started, Googling board games, looking at YouTube, and just fell in love with a lot of the content creators that I was watching. And a few of them actually have their daily Kickstarter videos or weekly Kickstarter. And I'm like, what is Kickstarter? And then I fell into the rabbit of Kickstarter, the rabbit hole, more like it. And got quite a bit carried away of
just
a little of backing games. And they really get you at first. Like, some of them are like, you'll only find it on Kickstarter. Not always true, but sometimes it is. If you would like a fun comparison on how big or just how many board games that we have gotten, we'll post a video down in the description below of our Skip a video, and you'll see quite how much our collection has expanded. Because we live in an apartment, unfortunately, we aren't able to showcase all of our board games. We just have these metal racks, so they're actually games behind games and over games, you just can't see everything. And then we have a bookshelf somewhere else in our apartment that has board games. We have an outside closet that has another metal rack that is piled full of board games. And then we have vaulted ceilings, and so there's cupboards with an open space above the cupboards that have board games. And then unfortunately we have board games next to us on the table.
And in our bedroom.
Oh, yes, in our bedroom. And we got a metal rack for my kiddo where we ended up putting some board games on there as well. So we kind of have board games coming out of our ears. #NotSorry. But we are planning on making a few videos of like the Cull videos, Cull. Sarah's not super excited about that because she never wants to get rid of board games, but we kind of are running out of room to where to put them.
And we do have a few games that we have played and don't necessarily like as much or connect with, or maybe just didn't live up to our expectations maybe for the games. So we're going to be doing some last playthroughs of those, and then we'll be doing a video on some of the games that we're going to be getting rid of.
We're not able to really count how many games we have because, as I said, we live in an apartment. Someday we'd like to live in a house, so I'd imagine once we box up all the games, I'll be counting them and writing down the list of what we have. But Sarah believes that we have at least over 300 games.
Yeah.
On top of that, we have at least 50 puzzles. We're huge puzzle people as well. The kiddo loves puzzles. It's great quality time. No competitiveness in that. We're very competitive people, yet it's sometimes you just need to chill, something to relax and just kind of be piecing together.
And with the table that we have, it actually has a table topper, so we can take the topper off, and we have a puzzle going underneath this. So we always have a puzzle going that we're working on, and really just in our free time we can just take the topper off the table at any time and start working on the puzzle if we want to. And then we just play board games on top. So as we mentioned, we're going to be making a video on the games that we're going to be culling from our collection, and a couple of other upcoming videos that we're going to make are our third quarter games, the new games that we've played in the third quarter. And then we'll also be having our annual video on the best games that we have played throughout 2025. And we're also going to be making a top 10 video for our favorite roll and write games. So we have tons of roll and write games, and we're going to be making a top 10 video of those because there's just so many great ones. I feel like that's going to be a great video to make for us. So some of our favorite types of games or genres of board games that we love are roll and write games, dice games in general. We just love rolling dice and playing dice games, cooperative games, and polyomino games. Those are definitely some of our big genres that we love to play and that we have tons of games of. But I also want to note for our channel in general that while we will have a lot of videos on these types of games, on new games, things we get from Kickstarter, GameFound, etc., I will still be holding a space for those small and easy family-friendly games that are great for kiddos, adults of all ages, people that are new to board gaming, gateway games, because those really hold a special place in my heart. I love playing games with my parents and other friends and family who aren't as into board games as we are and have, crazy collections like we do. They don't play these massive, more complex games. So it still holds a special place in my heart to have those small and easier gateway games. And I'm still going to be holding space for those on our channel because I think that that is very important in our board gaming community, are to have those games as well for those people to get into our board gaming community. It's just a great introduction to the whole board gaming world. So I want to make sure that we hold space for everyone on our channel.
Agreed. So backtrack to when Sarah was telling me, oh, I love board games. I was thinking, Carcassonne, something past Yahtzee, things like that. And it turns out Yahtzee and Risk and Life were her board games that she was liking. And actually, that's come to find out, that's where a lot of people stop. And that's fine. We all grew up on games like those. I wasn't exposed to Carcassonne until I hit, I think, college. It just opened my eyes so that the board game world is so big. And that's kind of why I fell down into that rabbit hole, was just be my eyes were whoa, what is this world? I didn't even know really existed. I'd see these board games on the shelves, but they're a little daunting. But once I started watching more and just information, and I was oh, this doesn't sound as hard as I just figured it would be. So, not sorry.
That's fine. But yes, so you'll be seeing a little bit of everything on our channel, not just, the newest or the next top 10 video, because I do want to hold space for those gateway games and those smaller and easier games, because as I said, those hold a special place in my heart. And then also with that, many of you have probably already noticed, but I post at least one video a week, typically Fridays or Saturdays, depending on our schedule and what all is going on. But I post one video every single week. So make sure you're watching for that. Feel free to hit the bell notification so that way you get notified when those videos release. And then in terms of our future goals for the channel, at some point we would love to make a memberships area or a Patreon, just to give you guys more content and better quality content as well. The reason we haven't done that yet is just we want to make sure that we are giving you guys what you deserve. So that means having the time and resources and just being able to physically produce and get that content to you guys. We want to make sure that we're able to do that before we take that step. So we want to make sure that we are giving you guys what you deserve and what you want. So with that being said, if you guys have anything that you're interested in seeing or knowing more about us in terms of if we start a membership or a Patreon, what special things could we deliver to you guys that you would like to see? Do you want to see live streams? We could have like special live streams for members or Patreon members. We could have vlogs or behind the scenes things when we're making our videos. We could do vlogs about our cats if you wanted. But just let us know if there's anything special that you guys would be interested in or be looking for when you're, wanting certain things from a membership or a Patreon. So we've shared a little bit about us and the Adventure Squad, but if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. And we can do another video or even a live stream with answering comments or just talking to you guys a little bit more about us and what we do and kind of our background, I guess. And if anyone has any suggestions for other games that we can play or try, let us know down in the comments. We are always open to suggestions. We let you guys know some of the things that we love the most, such as roll and rights and polyomino games, cooperative games, that kind of thing. So if you guys have any other suggestions for games that you maybe already haven't seen on our shelves or in our videos, feel free to let us know. And with that, I just wanted to thank you guys for being so supportive of us, the Adventure Squad. And thank you for watching our videos, liking them, subscribing, all the things. We appreciate you guys so much, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your continued support. With that, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Adventure Squad down below. And until next time, get your game on.